Imagine being aboard a chartered plane filled with excitement about your upcoming rugby match, when suddenly, the plane crashes into the heart of the freezing Andes. In the year 1972, the Uruguayan rugby team, along with a few friends and family, found themselves in such a situation. They boarded a plane to Chile in high spirits, unaware of the horrific twist of fate that was about to unfold. The air was filled with anticipation, laughter, and camaraderie. The team, young and full of life, was eagerly looking forward to a rugby match that never happened. The flight seemed routine, just like any other. The plane, a Fairchild FH-227D, was chartered from the Uruguayan Air Force. It was a sunny afternoon when they took off from Montevideo, the capital city of Uruguay. The sky was clear, the weather was good, and everything seemed to be in their favor. But as the saying goes, life is what happens when you're busy making other plans. An unfortunate series of events began to unfold. The flight path was misjudged, leading the plane off course and into a head-on collision course with the unforgiving Andes Mountains. The pilots, despite their best efforts, could not steer the plane away from the looming disaster. And then, the unthinkable happened. The plane crashed into the heart of the Andes, turning a journey of joy and anticipation into a nightmare. The deafening noise of the crash was followed by an eerie silence. The plane lay broken and scattered across the snow-covered mountainside, and so, the unsuspecting passengers found themselves stranded in the icy wilderness, their lives changed in an instant. The once vibrant and joyous rugby team, their friends and family, were now faced with the grim reality of survival in one of the harshest terrains on Earth. Their dreams of victory on the rugby field were replaced with a fight for life amidst the cold, desolate peaks of the Andes. In the biting cold of the Andes, the survivors faced a brutal struggle for survival. As the initial shock of the crash faded, the stark reality of their predicament set in. Marooned amidst the unforgiving Andes, these survivors were thrust into a harsh world of ice and snow, where every breath was a reminder of the thin and elusive Andean air. The challenges they faced were manifold. With temperatures plummeting to well below freezing, they had to contend with the bitter cold that seemed intent on claiming their very lives. The scarcity of food was another pressing issue. The mountains offered little in terms of sustenance, and with each passing day, the pangs of hunger gnawed at their strength, their hope, their resolve. But perhaps the most formidable enemy was not the cold, nor the hunger, but the mind itself. The mental toll of their situation was immense. Isolated from the world, they had to grapple with the uncertainty of rescue, the fear of succumbing to their circumstances, and the crushing weight of despair. Yet in the face of such adversity, they demonstrated an extraordinary resourcefulness. The wreckage of their plane, once a symbol of their doom, became their haven. They repurposed pieces of the aircraft into makeshift shelters, offering some respite from the relentless Andean cold. And when thirst threatened to weaken them further, they turned to the snow around them, melting it to provide a vital source of water. Their struggle for survival was a testament to the indomitable human spirit. It was a story of resilience, of courage, of hope. They did not merely exist in those mountains, they lived, they fought, they survived. Each day was a battle, each night a victory, and with every sunrise that painted the Andean peaks, their resolve hardened, their spirits soared. Day by day, they fought against the odds, their will to survive burning brighter than the harsh Andean cold. As the days turned into weeks, the survivors had to make unthinkable choices to stay alive. In the unforgiving wilderness of the Andes, the survivors were pushed to the very edge of human endurance. Food supplies dwindled, and the harsh reality started to sink in. The unthinkable was becoming the only option. They had to make a decision that most of us cannot even fathom: the agonizing choice to resort to cannibalism of the deceased passengers to stave off starvation. It was a choice born out of sheer desperation, a choice that carried with it a heavy emotional burden. Each survivor grappled with the ethical dilemma. The decision was not made lightly, it was a matter of life and death. But the will to live, the will to return to their loved ones, was stronger than any moral qualms they might have had. They found themselves in a situation that was beyond comprehension, beyond the realm of everyday morality. In the grips of starvation, with the specter of death looming large, they had to redefine their understanding of right and wrong. The decision to use the bodies of their deceased companions as a means to survive was not just about physical survival, but also about maintaining a semblance of humanity in the face of such an inhumane situation. This was not cannibalism in the traditional sense, it was an act of survival, a testament to the extraordinary lengths humans will go to preserve their lives. It was a painful, heart-wrenching decision, one that was met with guilt, shame, and an overwhelming sense of grief. The survivors had to grapple not only with the physical hardships of their situation, but also with the emotional and psychological torment of their decision. Yet, it was this very decision, this unthinkable choice, that kept them alive. It gave them the strength to endure, to hold on, to hope for rescue, even in the face of seemingly insurmountable odds. In the face of death, the survivors made a choice that would haunt them, but ultimately keep them alive. After 72 days of enduring the unimaginable, rescue came in the most unexpected way. In the depths of despair, two brave survivors, Nando Parado and Roberto Canessa, made the courageous decision to trek through the unforgiving Andes in search of help. With only a vague notion of direction and a hope that lay beyond the horizon, they set out into the harsh wilderness. Their journey was nothing short of Herculean, battling the treacherous terrain, the bitter cold, and the constant threat of avalanches. But they had a singular mission in their hearts: to bring help for their fellow survivors. As they trudged through the snow-clad mountains, every step was a testament to their resilience and the indomitable human spirit. They were driven not just by the will to survive, but also by the responsibility they felt towards their friends waiting back at the crash site. After 10 grueling days, they spotted a man on a horse in the distance. It was a Chilean herdsman, Sergio Catalan. Despite language barriers and the initial disbelief of the herdsman, Parado and Canessa managed to convey the gravity of their situation. The herdsman, moved by their plight, quickly set off to alert the authorities. The news of the survivors sent shockwaves across the world. Rescue teams were immediately dispatched, and the survivors were airlifted from the harsh confines of the Andes to the comfort and safety of hospitals. The world watched in awe as each survivor, weak yet resilient, emerged from the helicopters. Their faces told stories of unimaginable hardship, but their eyes sparkled with the triumph of survival. Their rescue was not just a testament to their courage and resilience, but also a shining example of the power of human connection. It was the encounter with a humble herdsman that led to their incredible rescue. A man, far removed from their world, who chose to act upon their desperate plea for help. Against all odds, they had survived. Their story was one of endurance, resilience, and the indomitable human spirit. The story of the Andes survivors is not just a tale of survival, but a testament to the strength of the human spirit. In their harrowing ordeal, they taught us lessons that transcend the icy peaks they were trapped on. Firstly, they taught us about the power of teamwork. Stranded in the heart of the Andes, the survivors realized that their only chance of making it out alive was to pool their resources, share responsibilities, and work together. The group dynamic was instrumental in their survival, proving that in times of crisis, unity is not just a virtue, but a necessity. Secondly, they demonstrated the essence of resilience. The survivors faced grueling conditions, extreme hunger, and the psychological torment of isolation. Yet, they refused to surrender to their circumstances. They endured, adapted, and fought, showing us that resilience is the cornerstone of survival. Thirdly, they showed us the importance of hope. Amid the desolation of the Andes, the survivors clung to the belief that they would be rescued. This unwavering hope fueled their will to survive, reminding us that even in the bleakest of times, hope can be a beacon of strength. Lastly, they taught us about making hard choices in desperate situations. Faced with the grim reality of starvation, the survivors made the controversial decision to consume the bodies of their deceased companions. This decision, while difficult to comprehend, was a testament to their will to survive, showcasing the lengths humans can go to when pushed to the brink. The story of the Andes survivors has inspired countless people and influenced survival strategies worldwide. Their tale of endurance and survival against all odds has become a symbol of human resilience and the power of the human spirit. Their story remains a stark reminder that even in the face of unimaginable adversity, the human spirit can triumph.